Okay, we are going to go ahead and call the meeting to order, and seeing as how we don't have a flag in here, we'll piece. So I do want to remind everybody that this is a public meeting and we are being recorded both video and via audio. And if you want to address the board for something that's not on the agenda or just the board in general, please make sure you give us your name and address for the record. Any awards, recognitions, or correspondence? Commissioner Timmons?
No.
Commissioner Dorn?
Nope, not other than just to remind everybody that Fair and Rodeo does start today.
Yes, it does. Okay. Approval of previous minutes. We have the July 3rd and July 17th minutes, or is there more?
That's, you've got, it's July 30th.
July 30th. I thought there was another one.
I'd move for approval of the minutes from the Board of Commissioner meetings of July 3rd, July 17th, and July 30th.
Second.
Got a motion, a second. All in favor of the motion, say aye.
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 Motion carries. Okay. Any additions to the agenda? Oh, okay. Now would be the time for public input and recognition of visitors. If you want to address the board for anything that's not on the agenda, now would be your time to do so. And we do have one right there.
Yes, Nick Kotz. I'm the training site manager out at the
Name and address for the record. And you can use this training center. It's fine.
training center, Reese Training Center, Hermiston, just formerly known as the Umatilla Chemical Depot. I'm the training site manager out there. Came on board in March, so I've been there for 4 months, but I'm trying to slowly integrate myself into the community. That is our goal out there at the training center, is to be a good community member, good neighbor to everybody, and to allow people to come out there and utilize the facility whenever they can. So please use me as a conduit, I guess, to the Oregon Military Department if you have any questions. I'm also an Oregon National Guard, Army National Guard member, so utilize me for that as well. So flyovers, color guards, anything like that. If you need an input, please get a hold of me. I won't be the one that makes a decision, but I can put you in touch with the people that will. So
You've got my attention.
Yep. Yep.
So thank you very much.
So last name's Kotz, K-O-T-Z, first name's Dominic. You can reach me, my cell phone number, just for those that are on the 971-453-2184 is my work cell. My office number is 971-355-7876. And I do live out there at the Reese Training Center Monday through Friday, so I can be reached.
And you go by Nick.
I go by Nick,
Okay.
N-I-C.
Welcome, Nick.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It's great to hear. So, well, and welcome, by the way.
Thank you.
So, okay. I do, before Nick, the other Nick leaves the room, I do want to have I have to leave it. I want to go back to awards, recognition, and correspondence for just a second. I want to thank you, Nick, for the incredible effort you did to get us up online today. So I appreciate all your efforts. That did not go unnoticed. So thank you very much.
Absolutely.
So, all right. With that, we are going to jump into our regular scheduled agenda, but I'm going to change it up a little bit. Mike came a long way today to visit with us. So I'm going to put the solid waste franchise first on the agenda. So Mike, I will let you take it away. Or Doug, do you want to go first, or what's the protocol on that one?
Yeah, Mike can handle it. I mean, basically what's before the board is renewal and extension of all of the existing collection and disposal franchise for each one of the current franchisees.
Do we do those separate, Doug?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to pull up my here.
And I don't really have anything to add. I'm here for support or questions because I know Gina couldn't be here, nor could Bob Walter. So
Thanks,
Just
Mike.
Thank you
You're
for
welcome.
coming in.
You bet.
I mean,
I was gonna just attend online, and I don't know what made me drive here instead. But might have been a good call.
I'm not sure that's the way to say that. Thanks, Mike.
You bet.
oh my goodness. Okay, so we've got what, 3 of them to do, and I've got, or no, 6. So okay. So with that, I would entertain motions.
I would move to adopt BCC 2024-051.
Second.
Got a motion, a second. All fair the motion, say aye.
Aye.
There is a previous one to that. There's a 50 as well.
Oh, it's above. I
I-
just now saw that.
Yeah, I saw that as I was, thanks. I move to adopt BCC 2024-50.
Second.
Got a motion, a second. All fair the motion, say aye.
Aye.
I move to adopt BCC order 2024-52.
Second.
Got a motion, a second. All fair the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Move to adopt BCC order 2024-53.
Second.
Got a motion, a second. All fair the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Move to adopt BCC order 2024-054.
Second.
Got a motion, a second. All fair the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Move to adopt BCC order 2024-055.
Second.
Got a motion, a second. All fair the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Move to adopt BCC order 2024-056.
Second.
Got a motion, a second. All fair the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Just, Chair?
Yeah.
I just wanted to mention for the folks that I know Mike's extremely aware of this, but I know that we went through those fairly quickly, that there was a lot of background discussion, a lot of meetings involved, and it was quick to get them done, but not quick to get here. So thanks, Mike,
You
for
bet.
all incredible work on
Thank you.
this. It's you shepherded quite a group of different and diverse group in this way, and I don't know if I could ever do that. You've done just an incredible job.
Thank you.
Thank you very
You
much.
bet.
Yeah,
Appreciate you saying that.
I echo those sentiments. I couldn't say it any better.
Great.
Well done.
Thank you very much.
And,
Appreciate it.
and I really appreciate you coming all the way to Hermiston for this meeting. That means a lot to us. Really.
Absolutely. It's important. The representation is important. Again, Gina, I know Gina couldn't be here. I know Bob couldn't attend it. And it's a technicality, I understand. But still, this is our livelihood. You're 4 franchisees in the county, and it's important. So
It is.
I'm glad to make the trip and appreciate all your support.
Thanks,
Thank
Mike.
you.
You bet. Thank you.
We appreciate your support.
You bet. You bet. Okay. Have a good day.
Thank you. Thank you.
You bet.
Okay, we'll go back up to the top of the agenda. Item number 1 is a postage machine purchase.
Yes, good morning, Commissioners. Dan Lanai, Director of Administrative Services. You can hear me fine now, or can you speak up a little more?
We're good.
Okay, great. Sorry about this morning. Our internet provider, Blue Mountain Networks, their equipment is down, so out of our hands. But yes, I do, like you said, Nick, Riley, and Tim have been working hard on trying to get that up and going this morning. So yes, shouts out to those guys.
Thank you for bringing up Nick or Riley and Tim. I failed to mention those two in my earlier remarks, so thank you for that.
I know you meant it.
It's not, it's a bigger issue than you think, Dan, because right now they're trying to get a lot of things done at the fair, and it's spotty at best there right now.
Well, yeah, there's, yeah. Well, yep, it is a big issue. So yeah, lots of things going on there. Anyway, before you is the USPS has made a change on their postage meters, and our system as of December is no longer acceptable for doing postage. So it won't work. They won't allow it. And actually the beginning of August 1st, they are actually disallowing certain features that you can do on your postage, these older postage machines, USPS. So we do need to get it quite quickly here. We weren't aware of the August 1st deadline. That just came out a couple weeks ago. Originally, it was supposed to be the end of December. We were preparing for this. We put it in our budget. So the start of this year, we could make plans to replace that. And we got 2 different quotes, one from Pitney Bowes, one from Enterprise Solution, which has the competitor to Pitney Bowes's system. So both well used in the industry there. The Enterprise Solutions is cheaper, and we figured these things out over a 5-year lifetime is what we try to at least predict. And so that's where we cost it out. And if you go over 5 years, it's about $1,600 less to go with Enterprise's Solutions version than the Pitney Bowes. We currently have a Pitney Bowes machine, but they are both standards in the market today. So either one is a good one to go with. So we suggest, as in fiscally being responsible, to go with the one that's a little less, which is Enterprise Solutions.
Quick question. No, I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say question and comment, so you're right in there.
Okay. Quick question. How many postage machines do we have in the Pendleton courthouse, and then in the system in general right now, Dan? Is it 2 or is it 1?
So we only have 1 machine in the courthouse. The state courts has a machine, I believe.
Yeah, I get it.
I know the sheriff's office bought a machine after we did some switching and have a small machine. We're the only one with the bigger one like this, so we can run into mass mailings for. So right now, we used to run, we farmed out the election ballots, probably 8 years ago. The assessors now, this year, they are moving to doing their taxes out and having a service do that. So we'll no longer be running the tax statements through there. We'll run elections, the small, what I want to say, people change the supplementals when they change their, like during the primary, their address or their party affiliation. There might be a run of 1,000 or so. And we'll run things, say the planning department will do a mass mailing to 4,000 residents. We'll run those through this machine. So it needs to be a machine that can still run payables every week for finance goes through this machine. So it needs to be something that we can easily run 500, 1,000, 4,000 at a time, and to save manpower. So that's why we have a bigger machine at the courthouse still.
Nope, gotcha. Nope.
I have
Thanks,
a
Dan.
question, John. Or Dan. The Pitney Bowes machine has a few more bells and whistles than the competitor. So you don't need, I guess the thing is Pitney Bowes is just known for this. It's like the standard. But you were saying that this other company, they're tried and true also.
Yeah, they're a competitor. They're the other one out there. It used to be called Quadrant, I believe it was, or that's what it's called now. And it used to be, I can't remember the original name. They're both, actually my people would prefer the Pitney Bowes ones because they're used to it.
Right.
But this is a little cheaper. So,
It looks like.
The only thing I worry
it-
about, go ahead, Dan.
I'm sorry. I was just going to say, it looks like it operates pretty much the same.
The menus, the interfaces are going to be different. And just because it's a Pitney Bowes doesn't mean it's the same interface as the old one we have. There'll still be a learning curve. So we are fine with going with both, either one. The thing is do we want to save $1,600 over 5 years or do we want to stay with Pitney Bowes? And that's why I have them both out there.
Okay. Thank you.
And we are open. If you guys want to, I'm fine with doing the other way. It's just the reason why I'm suggesting the one we save about $1,600. Both have local support
Okay.
out of Tri-Cities. Pitney Bowes one does have Tri-Cities and a person in Walla Walla. So they may have somebody a little bit closer if they do have a person stationed there.
Is there a problem, Doug, with picking one over the other?
As long as it's based on cost, it's okay. But if you go with the higher one, we need to have some way to justify it other than to justify the higher cost.
The only way I would say anything on that if we were to justify the higher cost would be our staff is familiar with pitney bows. They're currently using one. That would be the only, I guess, way I could go that way. The other would be they have a support person in Walla Walla, which is a little closer than out of the Tri-Cities. But, you know, that could change too.
Just for the sake of additional discussion, if we need it, I'll make a motion to approve the purchase of a postage machine for $10,836 from Enterprise Solutions Specialists.
Second.
Okay, we got a motion, a second. Any further discussion on the motion?
I just want to make a comment, John. I just hope that we don't run into a situation where we get what we pay for. That's the only thing I worry about on this. But if Dan feels like they have support and it has all of the features that they need, then I'm, yes, second.
Okay, we got a motion, a second. All in favor of the motion, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Okay, thank you, commissioners.
Again, software purchase number 2.
So as we're upgrading to keep things compliant and have updates on our different software, our last database server that needs to be upgraded to the latest SQL 2022 is our main one that runs a lot of the applications at the courthouse. And it's $5,363.36. So it's just a little bit above what we can do without needs commissioner approval. So it's before you. We have the money in the budget for that.
Cindy.
Oh, is that Cindy? I was trying to figure out what am I hearing?
I'm sorry.
No.
There's somebody up here. You're fine. You're fine, sir.
Okay. Sorry about that, Dan. So
It's all right.
thoughts or comments for the commissioners?
I'd move for approval, the purchase of the SQL 2022 for $5,363.36.
Second.
Got a motion, a second. All in favor of the motion, say aye.
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 Thank you, commissioners.
Motion carries. Thank you. Okay, item number 3, window washing contract.
I'm going to let Marty McQueen handle this.
Is that
He's
you?
online there. So
Good morning, Commissioners. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, my name is Marty McQueen. I'm the Facilities Manager for Umatilla County. Nick, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. So
You too, Marty.
I have a request for the window washing contract for Wambeki Windows for $5,520. It's an annual maintenance contract that we have out. So there's not a whole lot of change. It's the same as they had last year. So I think we're on the same path.
Okay, any comments or questions?
The only comment I have is John and his crew do an amazing job. Just the hard waters on the windows in this building alone is probably worth every penny of this. Crazy.
Absolutely. I've worked with them for 10 years, so they do great work.
Yeah. I'd move. Oh, I'm not jumping in front of you, Cindy. I just didn't know if you wanted me to handle these.
Go ahead.
I'd move for approval of Wambeki window washing in the amount of $5,520.
Second.
Got a motion, a second. All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Marty.
Okay, item 4, dump truck purchase.
Good morning, Commissioners. Tom Fellows, Public Works Director. What we brought before the board today is approval to purchase 2 new dump trucks for the Public Works Department. These are budgeted items that we put in for this year. The reason for starting this process right now is the order boards tend to be a little bit long. And so, and fortunately for us, there were some cancellations from on the max side of it. So it's going to probably move these up where we may see these even before Christmas, which would be a good thing. This would be a Sourcewell purchase. Northwest Equipment has a presence in Umatilla County. They seem to be very good to work with up to this point. All reports are that their service department is well equipped and well staffed, and the folks I've talked to, they seem to be very happy with what they've gotten out of them. So what we're asking for is the purchase of 2 Mack dump trucks from Northwest Equipment Sales for a total after trade-in of $235,342.
I have a comment. Tom, I learned more about dump trucks than I ever wanted to know.
Try to be thorough, Commissioner.
I am telling you now. I didn't realize there was so much to it.
All right, I would entertain a motion.
I move for the, to the approval of the purchase of the 2 dump trucks with trade-in values at $117,671 each. And the one thing I want to add to the motion is that I think it's pretty impressive that we got a 60-month buyback on these again too. That's great negotiating right there.
Second.
Did you second that, Cindy?
I did.
Okay. All right. Yeah, Kelsey's nodding her head over here. All right, so we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
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 Motion carries. I think you're up again, Mr. Fellow.
Yeah, to quote Commissioner Timmons, I seem to know how to spend money. So the second item before the board is the purchase of a roadside mower. Our current machine we purchased in 2012. This is other than our dump trucks and road graders, this machine probably gets as much or more use in the county than anything else that we have. We're constantly out with it. This particular machine is one that we've looked at for a couple of years now. We actually had a couple different options for machines that we looked at, but this seems to fit the bill for us really well. It's not just a mower, it's more of a platform for additional options and attachments that we can put on it. So moving forward, it could be a multi-use platform. It's a Mower Max roadside mower, purchased from Max Equipment, which is a Florida company. I will add that Baker County has had and operated one of these for a couple of years now, and they're very satisfied. They extremely impressed with the machine, with the service that they've received and everything. So we're requesting to purchase this Mower Max for the amount of $246,820.
Try that again. I muted you.
I move for approval.
Second.
Had me concerned there for a minute.
In his defense, he did make the motion immediately after you got done talking. So.
Well, I've seen this at a show, and I'm excited to have it in the fleet just to look at it and see it work.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second. All in favor of the motion, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Thank you, commissioners. And if the commissioners would like, when we get this machine, I'd be more than happy to bring all three of you out and you can operate it and you know, I'll even take your pictures in it if you want.
There you go.
I think Commissioner Timmons would prefer it if you operated it at her place.
Thank you. Thank you, commissioners. Have a good day.
Thanks,
Thanks,
you
Tom.
too. Okay, item number 7, public health media contract.
Hello, commissioners. Can you hear me?
Mhm.
Yes, we can.
Hello, Joe.
All right. Good morning. Joe Fumara, Public Health Director for UCO Health. What I've got here is a renewal. We've had a similar contract for the last couple of years with Alcorn Media. We have reduced. We did ask for a reduction on this. We were trying to cut the costs a little bit. And so it is a few less ads than our previous contract, but it maintains the twice monthly interviews we do on the dedicated stations. One item I didn't put it in the writing on here. Our interviews and our ads run on the 99.5 and 104.9, but about 6 months ago, they started simulcasting our interviews across all of their stations. And so we're guaranteed the 2, but we have been getting a bit more on some of that as kind of a, you know, we've been with them for a couple of years type of item. So it does come with all interpretation. So when we create our ads for our English speaking radios, we kick it over to them and they do the interpretation and production of that as part of this contract. And then they do live interpretation for me, as I don't speak Spanish, when we're talking on the Spanish interviews as well. So all the money for this comes from a variety of our program element grant funding, majority of that being our public health modernization funding, which has a big push on making sure we have equity in the information we're putting out. And as we know, we have a large Hispanic speaking population in our county, and this is one of the ways we try to get information out to them. And so I would ask to approve a payment of $70,000 for the next 12 months of our contract with Alcorn Media.
Comments or questions from the board?
Mm-mm.
That's pretty thorough, Joe. Thank you. I would move for approval of the media contract with Umatilla Health.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
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 Motion
very much.
carries. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Public health payment.
Yes, so this is our annual dues to the Coalition of Local Health Officials, or CLO. This is the body that we interface with OHA in a formal fashion, and we were able to give input into state activities. I am on the executive board and joint leadership team for this group and have been for a number of years. The fee is determined based on population. So larger counties pay a higher portion of this fee than smaller, but every county gets one vote. So this continues to be one of those areas where the smaller rural counties do sometimes get a outsized vote here because it's one county, one vote. We do split this cost across all of our programs, including those that are general funded. And the total for the upcoming year is $8,872.26.
I'd just like to make a comment. I've been in conversations with Joe, and he said the acronym CLO probably 50 times in one conversation. He's extremely involved in this. And so with that, I move to approve payment to the Coalition of Local Health Officials, or CLO, in the amount of $8,872.26.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor of the motion, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Deflection services contract.
Okay, this is coming before the board for approval of a contract with CCS Community Counseling Services. This is for the new deflection program. Received approximately $350,000 for this service from the state, and that meets with their the budget they put together for it. So the contract is before the board for approval. And in this situation, they will be doing everything for the program. They will administer it as well as provide all of the treatment.
I have been deeply involved in these conversations, and Kimberly and company have been doing a fantastic job on this, on getting it started. And I'm going to take privilege, and I'm going to actually make the motion to authorize the contract with Community Counseling Solutions using grant funding to administer the Umatilla County Deflection Program and provide the necessary services and treatment.
Second.
Got a motion, a second. Any further discussion?
Yeah, I have a question, John, on that.
Hey.
Do you have any idea the number of your homeless versus folks that aren't homeless that are going to go through this deflection program?
Well, that really isn't part of the thing. What happens is, like, if somebody were contacted on the street and they would be either arrested and put in jail, or they qualify for the deflection program. So I don't really know how to answer that question. And it depends on the cop on the street. The cop on the street actually makes a decision. Do I put this person towards deflection, or does this person go to jail? So it really is up to the officer on the street.
Okay. Okay. I guess I should say after my weekly update and my 4,000 number, which I know we've all heard about, I had people reach out to me yesterday, actually, and that's a conversation that we need to have about deflection versus putting people in jail. And there's a whole group of folks out there who wonder about this deflection program. And yeah. And
Yeah, so it's really not a homeless issue.
I know it's not a homeless issue. What I'm saying is I guess it came about because of that weekly update homeless number, but there's really some concern about deflection and, you know, folks that have actually been there and said, nope, we need to get them in a jail cell and have them sit there and till they hit rock bottom and then turn around. In fact, I had Kelsey set me up. That does not sound good. But put together an appointment next week with someone who wants to talk about this a little bit further. So, I mean, I think it's wonderful. I know you guys have done a lot of work on this. I guess what I just want to mention is that there's some real concern about the deflection program.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have a motion and a second. All in favor of the motion, say aye.
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 Motion carries. Okay, next is the auditing contract.
This is coming before the board, request to approve the proposal received from Anderson, Boylan, and Ramos for auditing the county records for the next 3 years. The cost for the 2024 audit would be $45,400. And this company did the audit for last year.
My question is, why are we doing a 3-year contract?
That's what was proposed. It does have the ability to cancel it as long as you do it by March 1st of any year. So really, it's more like a 1-year renewable for 3 years, but it does have the ability to cancel, but it was proposed that way by the firm.
Okay.
Doug, go ahead,
I
John or Dan.
I know that when we did this, part of our discussion was the limited amount of people that had the capabilities in the county to perform this. and that we would come back and put it out to bid. So I mean, I'm all for it. I'm just was curious why we were putting 3 years on it.
Yeah, and I that might be more of a Robert question, but that is just the way the proposal was made.
Okay, so it's more of a contract with an option on our side.
Yes.
Okay, thanks, Doug. I'm sorry, Cindy, I didn't mean to cut you off.
It's okay.
Cindy, did you have something you were going to say?
I do not. I'm good. Thank you. I'll go ahead and make a motion to accept the proposal from Anderson, Boylan, Ramos for the audit for the county and authorize the chair to sign the letter.
Second.
Got a motion, a second. Any further discussion on the motion? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay, with that, we've hit the end of our agenda. Again, I want to thank our IT department for scrambling at the last second to get us online. So that was much appreciated. So any closing thoughts, Commissioner Timmons?
No, I just got a call. I need to get out there and watch my grandson show his hog.
What class are they on?
Well, Henry's on 13 and they must be crawling closer because Courtney
Okay.
said, get over here. So.
All right, I got to get going too then.
Okay, final thoughts from you, Commissioner Doran.
None. Thank you very much. Thanks for
Just
everybody.
encourage everybody to get to the fair. So
Thank you.
we are adjourned. We'll see y'all later.